So welcome to the video about how to use antiques in your home to bring it to life. Now, we've been doing antiques for 10 years, and for me, it is the only way to bring real life into your home, where you look at the colours, you look at the patina, the age, and it immediately adds some interest to a space that you could not get in any other way. Now, antiques in their nature tend to be one-of-ones, pieces that have been made hundreds of years ago, and are that rare, unique piece. And it means you can get very, very creative with how you use antiques in your house. Don't get me wrong, it's a minefield for those that don't understand it. And I know there's a connotation and stigma when it comes to the word antique, thinking it might mean boring brown furniture or your grandparents' furniture or your parents' furniture. But in reality, antiques are just well-made, older pieces of furniture. The style is very contemporary, very universal, and that's why you can mix modern and antique. Now, most people live in houses that they want to have as modern interiors and resist buying antiques because they think they have to always have matchy-matchy same pieces. That is not the case at all. And you don't even have to go the whole other way. You don't have it all antique either. It's getting that balance, striking the balance up within one room or the whole house, and just integrating some key pieces of antiques or modern to make that house truly unique to you. Now, to bring your house to life through antiques, I always think that a good, solid, coloured timber piece of furniture is a great place to start. Now, it could be in a living space, like a lamp table or a side table or a coffee table, something that's made of timber, it's had years of patination from use, and it is just a truly unique thing. Now, it goes for a coffee table or a dining table, or in a living space, a lamp table, just a small hint of that patinaed, aged timber of any kind, doesn't have to be a specific wood or anything, just adds a warmth and then that lived in feeling. So immediately it pairs back and tones down a really highly modern interior in a very attractive way. Now, we work with interior designers as our bread and butter, basically, and they always look to find ways of getting that balance and that harmony between modern and old. Now, we've worked in modern, very modern interiors where we've had to go in and help create these really cozy spaces, and it is always a way to go with a warm coloured timber. Even on chest of drawers, nothing has to dominate a space, it doesn't have to be the main feature. It's just incorporating part of it into the space and mixing it in with other things. In addition to the timbers, you can also use metals. Now, bronze, obviously very pricey, but a gorgeous timber, and that again has a warmth to it with the brown nature of it, and that can go into sculpture, can go into tables, can go into even the colour of the wallpaper or colour of the cushions. So the colour of bronze is a nice way of bringing an interior down a level from being clinical, I suppose. We also have our Majornia coffee table, bespoke coffee table, which is made from steel. Now, it's a patinated steel, so it's modern, but it's a steel that's been hammered and beaten in a traditional way, meaning that it has got already an aged look to it. And that also means that patina, that imperfection, helps really tone down an interior as well. There's no way you can go wrong buying antiques, particularly. You can just get a little bit carried away. You can take it, your own directions. You know what you like, and then that is how it will fit into a space. It is just about mixing the best of old and new. So another way to bring life to your home is through colour. Now, that doesn't mean to splash the walls with the most vibrant colours you can find either from a Farrow & Ball or from another paint supplier. But it's about using colour to just add a little bit of emotion, a little bit of character to a space. Now, antiques primarily came from a time where quite muted sort of pastel colours or dark, rich colours played a part in an interior. So there's nothing wrong with bringing in some of that darker, more moody or pastel lighter feel to your home when bringing in an antique. Also with accents as well. Accents in a home play a massive part. And you can go right through from, the wallpaper on your walls to cushions, to artwork, to rugs, even to carpets. And things like gilt mirrors, for example, add a little bit of metallic brass effect without it being so garishly brassy that it looks like you've been brassoed up to the nines. It's a really subtle way of adding a little bit of shine, a little bit of sheen to a space. And in the case of a gilt mirror, that mirror also can make a room feel double the size. Now, gold maybe doesn't go for every single interior. There's also things like ebonized mirrors, they're black in colour, but there's also lacquered mirrors that come in like reds and blues. So there's quite a lot of different varieties of mirror frames and also accessories like lamps that can play a big part by being in these various colours. French furniture always tends to be this sort of pastely painted effect, And again, that's a worn feel that adds a little bit of character and warmth to the interior, and then gives you a colour to base the rest of the room off. And that again really allows you to balance a space without having to go down one route in its entirety. Warm timbers, as we mentioned already, are a colour in themselves. So you put a pale colour on the wall or a dark colour on the wall and you match that through the timber choices. It's a great way to balance it out. And then to finish off, a very vibrant rug could be the perfect way to just elevate that space and really create something truly unique to you through the use of colour and antique furniture and antique accessories. Going on to the word of accessories, this is what I'll leave you with. This is a very good, cost-effective way to bring in something to trial. I know I can't convince everybody to try antiques in their first time of considering it, but if you start by bringing in things like pottery, be it French pottery that's usually got like a yellow or a green colour to it, or studio pottery, things that have been made in the UK as well that are in more of a muted colour to begin with. Those accessories just start adding in a little bit of interest to a space without driving you to go and get a big chest of drawers or a large table. And you can just see how you feel. You might think, yeah, that's great, that's exactly what I've been missing. And then you buy your next piece and grow from there. But there's a very easy, budget-friendly way of starting to create an interior that's true to you, comes to life, and experimental. Something that adds a little bit of difference that you maybe didn't consider before this video. So yeah, I think if you are going to a local car boot, flea market, antique shop, and want to start getting into the world of antiques and seeing how antiques may help your interior design, look at pottery and artwork to begin with, and then expand when your confidence grows. And if you need any help, of course, we're always here to advise.